Well, happy Torsdag there, Jacey, or Thursday for those who do not know Norwegian. It is us, Jacey and Matt with Empire Algorithmic Trading, here to bring you your daily dose of VWAP Vision Stock Talk.
It's where the volume weighted average price tells us what to buy, when to sell, and when to be in and when to be out. It's a lot of fun. So let's just get right to it, Matt. It's time for a little stock talk.
Talk the stocks. All right, Jace, like I said, happy Thursday. How's your Thursday been?
It's been pretty good, man. It's been pretty good. How about yourself?
Not too bad. We've had kind of crazy weather. Last night we had some ridiculous thunderstorms rolling through, 60-mile-an-hour winds, golf ball size hail, all sorts of fun stuff. Then we have just a beautiful, beautiful morning today. And then we have thunderstorms rolling in again here. So, I mean, it's just an up and down. I think you used the word Jekyll and Hyde when we were talking earlier, type of weather pattern up here.
Yeah, I love the Midwest like that, right? It's a
Yeah.
lot of fun. It's a roller coaster. You never know what you're gonna get. Here in Florida, it's kind of similar, but it's very predictable. It's hot, and then you get the afternoon thunderstorm, and that's exactly what we have going on outside. It's brutally hot out there, but there's just thunder and it's dark and it's really cool. I love that stuff. But I miss the Midwest thunderstorms, man. Those are a lot of fun. But it's like you said, Jekyll and Hyde, and that's kind of the what we got going on in the market this week. Today it was all green across the board for the indexes. You got the S&P 500 hitting an all-time high. You have the Nasdaq, even though it was up just a little bit, it was down a little bit today, closed the day up. That's another all-time high. Small caps, a new high for the rally. Same thing with mid caps, another new high for the rally. And then bonds are holding exactly what we want to see. And then the VIX is coming down. So on the surface, very beautiful, very nice looking day. Everything's hitting all-time highs. And that's exactly what you want to see.
Oh, I can feel the butt coming already here, Jace. So real quick before we get into what happened with our leaders, with our big movers today, reminder, all of these movers, all of the big players here that we're going to be talking about have come to us via our algorithmic buy and sell signals. You can get access to these daily buy and sell signals at our Patreon, patreon.com/empire algorithmic trading. Go check it out. But that being said, Jace, what happened with our players in the market today?
Well, we're continuing the Jekyll and Hyde theme of the week. I don't forgive me if my order. It seems like it's been a long week, but
Yeah.
I think Monday the markets were calm or down and leaders were just rolling. The next day the general averages were up and leaders were getting crushed. Yesterday the general averages were flat, leaders were just rocking. We had 75 stocks up 2% or more, just cruising along. Plenty of
Yeah.
new highs. It was really fun. Today is a little bit different. You would kind of expect that momentum to carry through, but on the upside, it was a very boring day. And what I mean by that is Robinhood was one of the best, and it was up 4.4%. So I feel like a little spoiled when I'm like most boring stock went up 4% for an all-time high. But that's kind of how it's been for us lately for the
Yeah.
past 2 months, right? We're
Yeah.
seeing wicked massive gains. Coherent, another recent breakout for us. It went up 2.7%. Not a new all-time high, but a new high for the rally, of course.
Yeah.
A new all-time VWAP high, which is what we focus on. So very nice runs there. But those are kind of the average. That's kind of, yeah. We like to see like what's the exciting charts look
Let's
like,
forget it
right?
went
Well,
19% today.
well, they were going down, right? And
Oh
here we
no.
go.
Oh no.
BYRN
Oh.
Byrna Technologies, down 21.3%. I believe they
Ooh.
reported earnings today. Just wiped out. It had a beautiful breakout. I mean, it's a really nice breakout. It was just running along, cruising right along the 10 and the 20-day moving average, looking really good. I mean, at this point, it's up 28%. Just wiped the whole thing out, right? So hopefully, if you got in on this one, again, our signal. So here's a little bit of what's different about this setup than the traditional breakout trade is if you look at this chart, most breakout traders are going to be looking at it right here, right? The all-time high is right up here at the $34 range. It sets kind of a not the cleanest handle, but a little bit, some could
Mhm.
call that a little handle, and it starts to break out of it. You got a nice little spike. This is the traditional cup and handle. We're going to break into new all-time highs territories. And it just got smoked, right? However, for us with the breakout, with our breakouts, we use the VWAPs, which gives us a lower resistance point. So our breakout was way down here, way down at the 20, what is this, $26 range, right? And
Yeah.
so we're already in it and we're up 20, 30% by the time it's on most breakout traders' radars. So that does us a couple of things. One, it lets us take some profits. We can ride out a lot of this volatility,
Yep.
right? And since we've already built up a nice cushion, we can let these stocks mature and we can let them move out. And if they happen to do a complete disaster like BYRN did, we're still selling and we've already taken some profits. So even though we missed out on a pretty sizable gain and wiped it all out, we're not taking a loss at all because we bought it way down here. If anything, we just got a minor gain out of what should have been a nice winner. So
Right.
very, very, it's just kind of the subtle differences to what this setup, this model does. It's been a lot of fun watching this thing work. So,
Yeah.
but it's just the stocks go up and we deal with some fast moving stocks and they move fast.
Yep.
Bloom Energy was another one, right? It rocked
Oh,
a
yeah.
nice 18% yesterday, gave it all back, broke yesterday's low. I came home, I saw it, I was like, you know what? I'm going to reverse it. I sold another few shares today to lower my costs, take some of that risk out. I didn't really want to have it round trip and give up a nice big gain. So I'm just building a little bit of cushion. Going to give this one a little bit of room, but that was a pretty disappointing look, right? And
Yeah.
yesterday afternoon, I was actually kind of looking at this going, I should probably, it is funny how this works, right? I'm like, I should probably do my normal thing and take some more profits off it here. But I started thinking back on like Transmedics that I had a nice trade on, and it just continued to roll, right? SMR had a nice run on, and it just continued to roll. TSSI, right? It was up 20% in a couple of days. I took some profits, and it just continued to roll. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this one a little bit. I'm just going to let this one run, and it does this to me. So, go figure, right? That's just kind of how it
Yep.
goes. But regardless, that's just the thing. CyberArk was set up, it broke out, just could not make any headway. Started to run into some clear resistance. I entered here. I bought first religion on our first breakout, sold some here, and I was able to write a lot of this out. I added to the position here on this attempt to breakout. Just couldn't quite get anywhere on this breakdown here. I just said I'm out. Completely took the whole position off, and I'm glad I did because it sold off for a brutal. Where are we at here? Brutal 7% today, which
Ouch.
was pretty ugly, broke all the support. So, and a massive volume as well. And it doesn't look like it was an earnings report either. So I'm not sure what happened there. And then TSSI, this is another one. Like I
Oh,
said,
yeah.
I took some profits early, but I've got essentially a free trade on this one. So I'm just going to let these shares right out. Hopefully it just builds another base. It doesn't do a completely round trip. But and all in all, that's a clear sell. So if you're still
Yep.
holding this whole position, you're probably going to want to take some money off the table, if not a lot, if
Yeah.
not exit the whole position. So just an interesting look from the day. A lot of the stocks that were up were just up 3% or less. Occasionally like Hood 4%, but a lot of the really exciting looking charts are on the downside. So. As always, and oddly enough, I was looking at my account. I've been slowly building some cash positions. There's just been nothing that's been enticing, to really get me in on a lot of these trades. So it's interesting seeing the markets hitting all-time highs, but yet a lot of sell signals are being hit. So
Yep.
want to see some more stocks starting to flash some better buy signals to get us back in so we can participate in some of this. But yeah, for the most part, it's a interesting market. Got some Jekyll and Hyde aspects to it. But you know what the good thing is that's why we have rules and we have models. That's why we buy early on the breakouts. We cut our losses early.
Hmm.
That protects us from a lot of the volatility. And so we just write things out and say things are still going pretty good.
Yep, things are going pretty good unless you have Byrna, for a company that sells little less lethal weapons. That was a pretty lethal nosedive they did today, so you never
Oh
know.
yeah, absolutely.
But oof, rough. But yeah, that's what we got today for Daily Stock Talk. So thank you so much for listening in here on Spotify or watching on YouTube. Again, like, subscribe, rate us on all of those platforms. If you want access to our algorithmic daily buy and sell signals, as well as some access to some educational videos, a really cool little community, and have JC and I show you how we use the algorithm in our own personal trading and what rules we like to follow with that information. Subscribe at Patreon, patreon.com/Empire Algorithmic Trading. Otherwise, follow us on socials, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, X. If you want to know more about us, check out our website, VWAPvision.com. That's VWAPvision.com. That being said, Jace, I can't wait for error review. Again, if you want error review, that's in our Patreon. I'm excited to see that, and happy trading until then, buddy.
All right. Happy trading, everybody. Matt, we'll see you in a little bit.
All right, bye.